Hi, this is Monica Bramlett, and in this video, we are going to discuss efficient strategies for multiplying any single digit number by 6. Okay, so to be successful with the strategy I'm about to show you, you need to have mastery of times 5 and times 1 facts, as well as understanding of the distributive property. We are going to show an example with the associative property in just a moment. Okay, so first I want us to start off by taking a look at the number 6. So when we're using the distributive property, as we've talked about before, we decompose the number into addends. So I know that 1 and 5 make 6, 2 and 4, and 3 and 3. So really any of these choices would be great. I'm sticking with my 1s and 5s, but I could probably be just as efficient by using my 2s and 4s and my 3 facts. So you just pick one that works for you. But for this video, I'm focusing on decomposing the 6 into 1 and 5. Okay, so let's start by looking at 6 times 4. Okay, so I'm going to start out by decomposing 6 into 5 and 1, and I'm going to multiply those addends by 4. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to distribute the 4 to the 5 and the 4 to the 1. So I'm going to show it on my area model right here. So I know that 5 groups of 4 is equal to 20, and 1 group of 4 is equal to 4. So I know rather quickly that my product is 24. Okay, let's look at 6 times 6 with using this strategy. So I'm going to rewrite my problem as 5 plus 1 times 6. Distribute my 6 to the 5. Since I've mastered my 5 facts, I know that that would be 30. Distribute my 6 to my 1, and I know that would be 6. So I'm efficiently able to calculate that the product would be 36. Let's look at this equation right here. It would be, we could also do this for the previous problem. I just want to take some time to look at this. Another way we could rewrite this would be 5 times 6 plus 1 times 6, because that's what we're doing to find the product. All right, let's try this with 6 times 7. Okay, so I'm decomposing the 6 into 5 and 1. I know that 5 groups of 7 is 35, and 1 group of 7 is 7. And so if I put those together, I'm going to move 5 up here to make 40, and that leaves me with 2. So I know that 6 times 7 is 42. Okay, and lastly, let's look at using this strategy on 6 times 9. So we are going to decompose the 6 into 5 and 1, just like before. I know that 5 times 9 is 45, and 1 times 9 is 9. Okay, so to add these, I'm going to move 5 up here to make this 50, and that leaves me with 4 from the 9. So I know that my product is 54. Okay, what I would like for you to do is I would like for you to try this strategy with the problem 6 times 8. Press pause, then press play when you are ready to review. Okay, so I'm going to decompose my 6 into 5 and 1. And then I have 8 here. 5 groups of 8 is going to be equal to 40. 1 group of 8 is equal to 8, so I know that my total is 48. Okay, next we're going to look at how we can use the associative property as a strategy for multiplying by 6. So in order to most efficiently use the associative property for this fact set, you would need to have mastery of your times 2 facts and your times 3 and an understanding of the associative property. Just to review, that means that we can multiply 3 or more numbers in any order and still receive the same product. Okay, so for the associative property, I decompose the 6 into factors. So one way I could do that is 1 and 6, but that's not going to be helpful because I still have that 6 there, or I could go with 2 times 3. So we're going to focus on that decomposition of 6 for this strategy. Okay, so for this, we decompose 6 into 2 and 3. Okay, so because I can multiply them in any order, what I'm going to do is I'm going to group the 3 and the 4 together. So looking at my area model, I can see that right here. So 3 rows of 4, and I know that's going to be 12, and then I simply just double that 12 to get a total of 24. So my 6 got decomposed into 2 times 3, and I grouped it to where my final step would be a double. Okay, let's look at how we can use that with 6 times 6. So one of the 6's will get decomposed into 2 times 3. So my problem is 2 times 3 times 6. So I'm going to group together the 6 and the 3 so that my last step is doubling. I can see that here on my area model. 3 rows of 6 is going to be 18, and then I simply just double that here because it's going to be the same area. And I know that 18 doubled is 36. Okay, let's use the strategy for 6 times 7. So I'm rewriting my 6 as 2 times 3. Okay, so I'm going to group 3 times 7. And 3 times 7 would be 21. And I have the same area here, so it doubled. So my product is 42. And now what I would like for you to do is I would like for you to press pause and use the associative property to solve 6 times 9. Press play when you're ready to check. Okay, so 6 we decompose into 2 times 3. I'm first going to group together the 3 and the 9. So 3 rows of 9 is 27. It's the same area here, so 27 doubled is 54. Okay, so in this video, we discussed an efficient strategy using either the distributive or the associative properties when you're multiplying by 6.